Welcome to Answer AI. I'm going to take you through a quick video guide on how to monitor, manage, and update knowledge gaps. To start, please go to the Analysis page, located in the menu on the left-hand side. Initially, this will take you to the Analysis Overview page, which provides a high-level overview of all chats. But today we are focusing on knowledge gaps, so we need to go to the Unresolved tab. When clicking into the Unresolved tab, you're presented with a dashboard displaying stats on your chats. The stats displayed are based on the date range selector, which is initially set from the date of installation, right through to the current date. Within the date range selector, there are several predefined date ranges available, as well as a custom date range filter. Below the dashboard, there are 3 additional tabs available. The first one is Assistant Unanswered. This page shows any customer questions asked that your Answer AI assistant did not have the relevant knowledge to answer, or the knowledge exists, but the customer question hasn't triggered the relevant response. The second tab is User Marked as Unresolved. This page displays customer questions that were answered by the chat assistant, but the customer has marked the answer down. And the third and final tab is All Unresolved Messages, which is both tabs combined into one page. To start with, we'll focus on the Assistant Unanswered tab, as this is where the most important knowledge gaps are. When scrolling to the bottom of the page, we can see the total number of knowledge gaps. There are 12 gaps in total, but only 10 are currently being displayed. To view all of the knowledge gaps, scroll up to the Show Entry selector and select All, or the number you prefer to see from the options available. This page displays 2 types of knowledge gaps. Either we lack the content to answer the customer query and must create it, or the knowledge exists, but the AI needs additional training to trigger the correct response. If you feel you already have the content to manage a knowledge gap, then you can simply copy the customer's question and then go to the Quick Response section within Content. Once in the Quick Responses section, you can use the search bar to search for the relevant topic. When you have isolated the relevant content, click the Edit button and then Add New Text Trigger. Just to let you know, text triggers are essentially customer questions, which you can use to train the AI to trigger the relevant response. You can add multiple text triggers to train the AI further, ensuring that any variation of the customer question still triggers the correct reply. When you have added all the relevant text triggers, click Save at the top, and this will update the AI's training and ensure it recognizes that any questions of this nature need to trigger this response or action moving forward. We can now see that the quick response has all of the relevant customer questions assigned to it, which will ensure this action is triggered next time a customer asks a question of this nature. We can now go back to the Assistant Unanswered tab and select Mark as Closed tick boxes on the gaps we have updated to remove them from knowledge gaps. Then, if you toggle the Hide Closed Knowledge Gaps off and then on again, this will remove the updated knowledge gaps from the page. The second example I'll show you is where we are missing knowledge to answer the customer's query, so we will need to train the assistant to provide more knowledge. By clicking the Train Assistant button, this will open up a similar side panel, as seen in Quick Responses, to allow you to provide the relevant response you want the AI assistant to provide to this type of question. Answer AI will generate several suggested answers, which you can use or edit if you feel they are applicable. Click the plus sign next to the response you wish to use, which will populate in the answer section, which you can then edit further if more information is needed. When you have finished, please scroll up and click Save at the top of the page to apply. Once saved, this will automatically train the AI on this topic, ensuring it can cover this question if a customer asks about it again in the future. If you feel that your customers can potentially ask about this topic in other ways, it's worth adding additional text triggers to the quick response to train your Answer AI assistant further. Now we can go to the User Marked as Unresolved tab. This is where the AI provide a response to the customer's question, but the customer has marked the answer down. In the initial example displayed, we can see the customer's question, the response the AI provided, and in this scenario the user has left feedback around why they have marked the response down. In the user feedback section, the customer has advised that none of the snowboards are blue. This feedback could potentially highlight that the product descriptions or web page content may need to be updated to avoid this. But in this example, we do not have any blue snowboards, and therefore it is worth training the assistant to advise towards this. That is the end of this quick guide video, but do let us know if you have any questions or need any assistance.